Alright, a little bit ago I mentioned that we had made some of our own upside down planters. As you can see, only one of them is definitely alive and doing reasonably well. The other one looked like it was dead, but it seems to be coming back. So we're gonna just kind of get that cobweb down. Just kind of let him do his little thing there, and hopefully he will continue to grow and get nice and big and strong. That is a tomato of some variety or another, as is this one. Now, my husband had the idea, he gets the credit because it was his idea, that we could make our own because he had seen so many other people do this. Well, we didn't really have any buckets, and the planters we had were reasonably small and definitely too small for vegetables. So he said we can use cat litter buckets, which seems to work, although, as we can see, we have about a 50% success rate going, and we're not sure why. We don't know if the plants that were in there were just not big enough, or what their problem was, but you can see he drilled the center hole where the plant goes and then other drainage holes along the side, just like with the regular traditional topsy-turvies, one of which is hanging off the playset. So up there we have zucchini or squash, something like that. And I don't know why he planted them from the top. He would have the answer for that. Yeah, I don't know. But this one seems very happy. It's been here a little bit longer, probably maybe a month. It definitely was not this large when we planted it, and it has tons of flowers, as you can see, and he's very excited about all these flowers. He gets very excited about the vegetables. Me, not so much, but he definitely loves his plants. And I do believe all of these came from seedlings, seeds we had planted. Yeah. And it could use some water, probably. But so those are the ones, our homemade ones, and they do seem to work. Like I said, we have 50% success rate here. You know, who knows what was wrong with the other two. We decided that we weren't going to do anything fancy with the buckets as far as painting them or decorating them, because this was more or less a wait and see what happened situation. It does seem to work though. So in case you don't like looking at scoop away buckets hanging in your backyard, spray paint would do nicely to cover it up. He says you could scratch it off. I don't know, maybe. I don't see it scratching off. I think you'd have to use spray paint. But either way, it would work. So those are our homemade ones that we're given a trial run, and the only thing you have to watch is how strong your support is, as several other people have mentioned and various reviews on the topsy-turvy and other hanging contraptions. This is an old clothesline pole that was here when we moved in that we just hadn't taken down. And so it works well for this purpose, and also, as you can see, occasionally the dog gets tied to it. So yeah, it works. And the other one is off the beam on the front porch, and then this one off the playset, all of which hopefully should be sturdy enough to support the weight. We haven't had any problems yet with it, although nothing is fully blooming and producing fruit yet. But like I said, these little flowers up here and a whole bunch of them over on that side seem to indicate that we will have lots of zucchini. I think that's what it is. Maybe that one's zucchini too. I don't know. He's better at identifying them than I am. I know what they are once they start to grow and can see it. So I told you I would show you our homemade upside down planters, and that's them. And next season, if we decide to do it again, we'll probably paint the buckets, because it looks like we have, cat litter hanging off a pole in our backyard. It's great, isn't it? But it works. So that's what's important. There's our little tomato. No flowers on it as of yet. It's fighting. It's not great. It's not dead. It's trying to hang in there, and hopefully it'll do just fine and perk up a little bit more and get rid of some of this dead stuff. And as always, if you have any tips or know something we don't, because we're just figuring it all out kind of on our own and watching YouTube videos, let us know. And that's it. Oh, I'll show you really quick. Yeah, this technically is supposed to be a sandbox. The former owners never did anything with it. You can see my feeble attempt to put down weed block. Hasn't worked great, but it's only been here a couple of days too, so. But that's the other one. That sun's really, really bright. Let me try to do it from a different angle. But this one seems to be doing a little bit better. It was also in the front, but it wasn't getting as much sun, so we brought it back here. But yeah, that's a tomato, in case you can't tell. That is what it is. And, you know, weed block that's coming up in the sandbox that's a weed bed. Next year, this should be some sort of raised bed. We figure it, you know, the work's already been done. So, yeah. I need to fix that. That looks horrible. Alright then. Sun's getting to me, so, and the bugs are getting to me. So that's a wrap for tonight. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.